Greetings, dear friends. We meet today the last of 7 days period, last day of the full moon in Cancer, within the circle of meditation for common good. Today we start the new cycle, working with the topic that's been selected for the Cancer Leo cycle, Aquarian Vision, sharing and resourcing from within. Today we'll use opportunity of our time together, meditating as a group, to invoke the vision of the unfolding plan, inquiring together the way forward, reflecting on the unfolding divine plan. And the topic of our work in this cycle is related to one of the themes that we hold throughout the year, which is manifesting the principle of sharing in all fields of human activities. And as always, we start with sounding the statement of purpose. Over to you, Brigitte.
Thank you, Alexander. Our purpose is to magnetize the ideas of common good, freedom, and brotherhood as the highest values of humanity at this time. We recognize and cherish diversity of perspectives in our group, creating a space capable of invoking, receiving, interpreting, and radiating a higher synthetic vision. We serve as an Asramic outpost, building a group bridge of Buddhic energy. We evoke the soul of humanity. We envision humanity as being the seed that is flowering. We prepare the way for the reappearance of the coming one. And over to you, Tracy.
Thank you, Birgitta. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. As we usually begin our full moon meditation cycle, we bring forth the seed thoughts that were gathered from the first quarter moon meeting in this Cancer to Leo cycle. The first seed thought is sharing within and without, between and in the many and the one. Seed thought number 2. From the inside out. Number 3. We can take nature as an example. It shares itself with all, the good and the bad. And if we can manage to do that, we will be doing a service. Seed thought number 4. Imagine what the world would look and feel like when humanity has taken its destined position. The bridging between the higher and lower kingdoms. What will happen to the carnivores? Seed thought number 5. Shared joy and joy in sharing. Number 6. Open the heart. Number 7. The radiance of the will to good. Number 8. faring through conscious choice of enlightened individuality, one through striving for knowledge and understanding. Number 9. Recognition of shared realities is a prerequisite for manifestation of outer sharing. And our last seed thought, intuition, the ability to see the karmic layer and tread the path from mass consciousness to group consciousness firmly in Aquarius. And from these seed thoughts, our topic was created, which is Aquarian Vision, sharing and resourcing from within. Let us now move to our meditation on our topic, and I will hand this over to Maria Christina, and she will lead us in our meditation today. Over to you, Maria Christina. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity and for our gathering at this time with the topic of the Aquarian Vision, sharing and resourcing from within. With our alignment, each of us in our place within the globe, each of us with gravity, that law of attraction with which we interact as we each in our space first begin by acknowledging the sitting bones of Capricorn giving us the structure. Because when balanced on these sitting bones, we release the spinal column. And as that spinal column is released and lengthened, the breath comes in fully and easily. The shoulders lengthen and broaden, and we come up through the neck to that uppermost vertebrae of the axis mundi. And it is there that the skull balances. And there's a little magical point between the very tippy top of the axis mundi and the skull itself. A little gap, a little magical gap, we are told. And as that is bridged by consciousness, and we enter into the realm of the brain, the head. First is the carotid gland, the pituitary, and the pineal, which gives a grounding in the brain for impressions. Moving through to the pituitary, we gather ourselves and deepen into the etheric ajna center, that center of direction. And momentarily pausing and sounding a silent dome through the physical etheric, bringing strength and poise and healing. Between the eyebrows, seated upon the two-petaled lotus. A silent dome through the watery spheres of the emotional, the astral plane, bringing tranquility. No tsunamis, no ripples. capable, placid, so that simply reflecting higher Buddhi, love, wisdom. The consciousness itself between the eyebrows within that chakra, that scintillating wheel. Again, sounding a silent dome through the realm of the lower concrete mind. The monkey mind, thought form building, mercurial, holding that mercurial substance. So that it is alert but receptive. Consciousness itself between the eyebrows, within that brilliance, that jewel there to be found. We look into that light, through that light, and beyond to the greater, the head center, the 1,000-petaled lotus, Brahmarandra, to the very heart within the head. A portal into the higher realms of mind, into the realm of the egoic lotus, the realm of the solar angel, the causal body of the soul on its own plane, a group conscious entity. And it is here, through the magnetic force of the soul, that we weave hearts and minds into a group chalice, resonating, singing. Within the Ajna center of the new group of world servers. Within the very heart, together with groups and individuals, telepathically coming into greater communion. Into the group consciousness of the soul. And within this field of unity, we turn our gaze more deeply within toward the heart center of the planet. Hierarchy, revealers of the sacred, our elder brethren, coming into increasing resonance, a reciprocal approach. Christ at the heart of hierarchy, fiery heart, encompassing. Beauty and gratitude. And love. We orient ourselves towards Shambhala, where the will of God is known, the council chamber of the Lord, Sanat Kumara at the heart. Humanity, hierarchy, and Shambhala coming into increasing resonance, into fiery rapport. A receptivity, a greater receptivity to the extraplanetary energies, to the extraplanetary dance now available to us. So poignant, so challenging. Pluto now firmly into Aquarius, amplifying our collective evolution. Uranus just transited from earthy Taurus into airy Gemini a week ago. Again, an incredible beginning. And most powerfully, Saturn and Neptune, both now in Aries for the moment, a preview of coming attractions as they teeter twixt Aries and Pisces, birthing a new era. At that birthing point, Saturn of Capricorn fame, giving structure and discipline to the presence of idealistic spiritual Neptune. The highest presence is found, that of the Christ himself. Of Neptune, a planetary ruler of Cancer. A triune between these powerful, beneficent relationship, indicating a new world birthing, a new foundation, a deep transformative process. As we celebrate in Cancer the light within the form, the diffused light of substance itself, the dark light of matter, awaiting the stimulation from the light of the soul. Higher atoms replacing lower atoms, irradiating, infusing, suffusing, permeating as we contribute to the divine circulatory flow. I build a lighted house and therein dwell. As we work across this month from the full moon in Cancer to the new moon in Leo, aware, receptive to the energies available that will assist with our work, we connect with our topic for this month, Aquarian Vision, sharing and resourcing from within. The emergence of new forms, the potentiality of consciousness. An Aquarian Vision. Aquarian Vision, sharing and resourcing from within. And as we consider our topic, deepening our contemplation on it, is there a difference between sharing and giving? What does the soul share? Or give? Does the soul motivate the personality to share? what is shared. What is meant by ashramic sharing? Ashramic sharing within the ashram. Returning from the depths of our ponderings. Drawing together the impressions, allowing them to take form. Words, symbols, sounds, color. Our impressions flowing together into the group heart, filling our chalice. vitalizing it with radiant light, enhancing the beauty and the wisdom of its tone. And together we direct this light upward toward the hierarchy and await their blessings upon it. Realizing our invocation today, we witness its radiance pouring downward from our chalice into the lower planes, stimulating all receptive hearts and minds. Grounding our work and the energies we have thus far invoked. Let us sound the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men, to human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into human hearts. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all human wills, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Oh. Oh. You.
Let us hold a few more moments in silence to write down our impressions before we open our time of sharing. Also, the Community Impressions Board is now available on the homepage of the 2025initiative.org. And here we can extend an open invitation for our continued sharing of impressions over the next couple of weeks as we approach the new moon meditation. Time now that we can open up our sharing. So please feel free to unmute yourself and share with the group, and then maybe give a few moments between sharing so things can sink in as we share together. So let's move forward. Thank you.
I can share a little clarification. I had insight into sharing versus giving, as sharing being a two-way street, if you will, a coming together of resonating, while as giving is almost like something is missing. And so you go forth. And yet, in that very giving itself is a gift. In and of itself, the giving is a gift. A clarification, I guess I was looking for, perhaps a variation between the first ray and the second ray. Thank you.
Hi, Jill here. For question 1, I've put sharing is a form of giving of your thoughts, words, or deeds. It can be good or it can be bad sometimes if personality driven. But when soul driven, it's good, of course. And number 2, I've put, yes, we should share wisdom we gain with others of like mind. And 3, I've put the soul shares itself with the personality in as much as the personality can allow. Thank you.
This is Annette. The difference between sharing and giving is, for me, sharing is something you have that you share with others, and you have it. You are still having it, but you are sharing it, opening it up to others. And giving is for me like a gift. You're giving it away and have nothing left. And I agree with you, Jill. The second one, the soul motivates the personality to share, because the soul is group conscious. And as you said, in the process that the personality is open to the soul, the personality can receive motivation from the soul, to share the wisdom of the soul, 2 and 3 together. And what is meant by Asramic sharing, the 4th, I think it is more like a group sharing, groups to groups, because it is such a fine energy from the ceramics that only groups can receive and get something out of this fine energy, which they in turn can share in a, like a relay station, in a lower vibration, more ready to be accepted by personalities. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Karen. My thoughts are, is there a difference between sharing and giving? I was thinking only from the perspective of the personality, because in reality, when you give, you're getting that back. You may not perceive it on the physical plane, but you're getting it back. It's just, that's how karma works. So I think that's just from the perspective of the personality, and from the soul, there's really not a difference. Unless you're talking about physical things on the physical plane. And number 2, definitely this will obviously motivates the personality to share. And number 4, I'm not familiar with that term, but what came to mind was if have the consciousness of being in the ashram, we all are identifying with one. There is no separateness. So sharing is just being with the one. There's not really a transfer of any kind. We're just we're being in the unity. That's I don't know what that term means, but that's what I thought about it. Thanks.
Good afternoon. This is Marty from Texas. This is such meaningful work. It itself is, I believe, a shramic sharing. And I have put my comment in the comment board that ashramic sharing encompasses all 4 questions in big picture. And it is sharing as impressed by spirit through the soul created, rays influenced, earth formed, I'm going to say also, and tested tools of each individualized persona. It's the reason that we're here. It's the reason we are individualized.
I actually got a vision of scintillating light. Like sparkle here, there, sparkle there, and within a whole, within the whole of humanity, scintillating lights, sparkling, all making up the whole. I saw it as a circle with lots of lights, some shining bright and closing off, others shining bright, closing off, but just scintillating. But constantly there was sparkling going on everywhere. I think the soul itself, does the soul motivate the personality to share? I think when you're born, you're automatically sharing. I think the soul offers opportunities for this, for your sharing in whatever lifetime that you are born into. And we are all born at a specific point in time, in a specific place. And we're all born at different levels of involution and evolution. So we're contributing and sharing in that flux of the involuting and evolution development. I think we share through our different circumstances in life, just where the soul puts us. The forces and imprints that we come in with within our natal mandala or natal chart. Yeah, I think, what does the soul share? I think the soul shares everything because it gives us our opportunity. And I think the ashramic sharing to me, Hemas, it's more of a higher as well as deeper level of sharing on all planes, consciously or unconsciously. But I think with ashramic sharing, we're looking at a more conscious continuity of sharing, a level. Because if you are active within an ashram, I think you're at a certain point of consciousness that you have developed over multiple lifetimes. that you're even a part of assisting at a more conscious level, as we are right now, through doing, the meditation for the common good, for example. And I look at sharing, the sharing of ourself or our nation or whatever, well, sharing of ourself more is not so much a choice, because we're born into what we've been given to work with and develop. Giving of ourself is more of a choice. We choose to give certain things. Sharing your to me, that's the whole of yourself, the whole mandala of yourself that you're offering to humanity from the moment you're born to the moment you pass in this lifetime. Thank you.
We all actually live in a sharing environment anyway on Earth, because nature is sharing everything it has with us.
No, think about sharing. Part of it is just to be like in physics, in chemistry, the vessels that are joined, and but when it comes to really deep meaning of sharing, to me it is vibrational, and this moment of identification, of sharing through identification. So sharing of this knowledge or some reachable impression, sharing the impression that this impression might lead to identification, telepathy of some sort. But it's a really deep subject. Yeah. Part of me wants to go back to the books immediately. So wait a minute. So how come I don't remember any quote about sharing, And part of me is like, okay, then if I don't remember, how do I see it? How do I relate to it? And I think material sharing is very much, on certain level, it is achieved. We learned how to share, especially during the crisis. People learn how to give I think, for millennia, you know. Yet, sharing is having something in common and shared, like shared life. It is a responsibility. You know, it's that isolated unity that is isolated unity in action, which is, again, with ashram again, we're isolated unity, but there is a unity there. If we invoke it, if we create it. Post Katja.
Hello. Some thoughts that are coming for me is that the relationship between the soul and the personality, the soul prompts the personality, but the soul is also nourished by the efforts of the personality to reach towards ideals and to reach towards soul and higher qualities. And so how we be conscious in our lives is a really important factor in building that antakarana and creating that bridge. So one of the things that we can do with regard to that, this is some ideas from Rudolf Steiner. I hear what you're saying, Katja. We need to go back to DK and look at what the quotes are for sharing. And but these are some ideas about the economy and how it's developed as technology has become such an important integrated part of our society. We have something that we didn't used to have before, which is the division of labor, so that an object or other things besides material objects too are created by many different people who don't they share in the creation of the whole, but they don't have the conception and the satisfaction of the whole, creating the whole. This idea brings in the need for us to be grateful for all the different parts and for everything that we receive in an object, and for all those involved in the creation of something. And so this strikes me that this is a kind of sharing when we understand that everything that we use has been created by human beings and contains that energy, and that this appreciation is a way of unifying the collective work that gets done to create things. And then when we want to expand that, we have so much talk of sanctions and tariffs and embargoes, and we receive items from all over the world. We wear them, we use our computers, we drive our cars, and so extending our appreciation and gratitude of all that's gone into the things that we use is a way of creating an underlying brotherhood in economy. And it's a pretty hard call because it takes us to make this effort of consciousness, but I feel like it's an important aspect of sharing in a way that we can connect soul and personality and the impulse to brotherhood with our concrete living.
At the beginning, I had a very simplistic image of giving and sharing. It was having a sandwich that you bought in a shop and you gave to someone, but you were eating your sandwich and someone next to you didn't have any, so you shared your sandwich with them, and what everyone's talking about, it's soul and heart. Definitely soul. It's just rather sweet and lovely and beautiful. Thank you. Great, lovely questions.
You could say that sharing is more a seventh ray Aquarius thing, and giving is more a sixth ray Pisces thing.
This very time, these very moments are a beautiful sharing and a resourcing from within. The scintillating, sparkling light that I believe Tracy mentioned in Cancer, reaching all the way, the Antakarana, as was mentioned, all the way to the lowest hierarchy of elemental lives, the baskets of nourishment during these days of Cancer. Dark, and yet, then there's horizontal. Oh, there we have a cross. And I thought of nature continually sharing and giving. And then there's ashramic sharing, and I did look in the blue books under sharing, and the one that jumped out was ashramic sharing, which I highly recommend, in Dinah 2, page 331, where he lists variety of sharings, if you will. Let's see. And I just seem to have lost it. But one of them is the sharing of occult protection, for example. It was very, very insightful. But also sharing a point of crises as these energies as we hold together at a point of tension. We hold together at a point of tension and it is released. And that's a process that is shared as well as coming into increasing rhythm with cycles such as the full moon cycles. Thank you. That we share in common. So it's a very rich topic.
I have the page you're talking about, and it says, when a disciple is temporarily bewildered, the safeguarding becomes a major necessity, and where glamour is present in a disciple's life, it places a real strain upon the co-disciples. They have to share the charge and shoulder unitedly the protection. It is not the task of the master, but is carried forward under his interested and wise instruction. The ashramic sharing is one of the great compensations of discipleship. By means of it, added light can be occultly endured.
This has been a very rich sharing today. We're coming to the close of our meeting, so if there's anyone else that would like to add something, please feel free to do it now. Thank you. We can continue our sharing as we approach the last quarter moon meeting, which will be announced soon, as well as the completion of the cycle at the new moon, which will also be announced soon. We don't have dates yet, but we can continue our sharing. Oh, did someone want to add something?
Just really have been fumbling with the computer trying to get, and just mention a shared group initiation. Initiation is a group sharing.
Thank you. We could add that, Dinah, to on ashramic sharing in the community impressions board. And if you don't mind, Maria Christina, put the pages down and then our group members can look it up and read.
Okay.
Thank you. And also we can all continue sharing through that community impressions board. So now we're going to bring our meeting to a close and our meditation group today and our rich sharing. If there's anyone that would like to offer a mantra or a prayer or anything, please feel free to do so. Okay.
May we be led from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, from death to immortality, from chaos to beauty. From the individual to the universal.
Thank you, everyone. Om.